Hello, and welcome to the Smart Injury Doctors Podcast, the injury market's top program for doctors, lawyers, and insurers who want to gain greater insight on how to improve patient recovery results and deliver better services in the U.S. injury market. Please welcome your host, Dr. Jeffrey Allen Kronk.
Okay, this is what I want to focus on today. Doctor, from a patient's point of view, or from you being a doctor, your job is to reduce claim value, not increase it. Let me explain to you out there that are going, oh my God, Dr. Kronk, how am I going to get attorneys to refer to me if my job is to reduce claim value? It's easy. It's what some of the best practices in the world do. Okay, it's not hard. So when you talk about claim value is significantly improved with poor patient recovery results. So if you suck at getting patient results, you are going to seriously increase the claim value. If I'm a surgeon that messes up the surgery consistently and patients have horrible results with my surgeries, and I'm basically saying, you know what, the person injured their knee and now I did knee surgery and now they can't even walk on their leg. Okay, you're going to increase the long-term need of the patient. So if you're a doctor that is terrible with patient results, or you're not motivated by patient results, you're going to increase claim value. And you're also going to give the attorney a lot of trouble and problems. So what is it that actually allows you, if a patient comes in, no patient goes, oh my God, here's what I want. I just got injured and I want to stay under treatment forever and I want this problem never to go away. No attorney let's say an attorney has a child that's at school, and let's say they got a daughter that's at school. They're at Boston University, right? They get into a car accident. They have now bad migraines and never had a migraine in their life. And they're basically getting an aura, and twice in a month they projectile vomited. They feel like a social outcast. They've had this now ongoing for months and months and months. That attorney's not going, oh my God, honey, don't worry about it. You know what? This is going to be so good for the claim value. We're going to be able to get you so much money. That dad is not thinking that at all. That dad is thinking, where in the hell can I find a doctor that can resolve this for my child? They're not thinking about claim value. They're not thinking about the long-term money that they can make. All people that are traumatized when I say all people with the right intent have the intent on trying to figure out, how do I find a doctor that can get my condition resolved as quickly and as cost effectively as possible? When you do that, you are a star in the injury market. Because why are you good for attorneys? Because you can help attorneys do the things that they love to do the most. Turn the claim quickly. Speed. It's not getting held up. It's getting resolved equitably, fairly. Everyone gets paid. The attorney gets paid. The patient gets paid. The doctor gets paid. Everyone gets paid. The better you are at what I'm talking about. And so many times I see doctors, especially when I see them going out, oh my God, when they start to go out and talk to attorneys and say, hey, you know, one of the things we're going to do, let me show you how working with our clinic is going to increase the claim value. It's not a way to approach attorneys, right? Maybe it was in the old days, right? There's a lot of things that worked in the old days that time out. They don't work anymore. And in some of these new days of AI, and days of insurance companies using AI, and days of defense lawyers are now going to start to use AI, and it's going to become more and more competitive. You want to be in the area of, wow, I get incredible patient results. That's where you want to spend your time. Now, once you can do that, yeah, you might need to have somebody that can help you to go, okay, well now, you know, if I can get great results in the market, how do I get more market penetration into my market? Well, that's marketing. But it's a hell of a lot easier to market somebody who gets great physical recovery results than it is to market somebody who doesn't. So, you know, one of the primary things, and it just doesn't get said enough, is that you want to focus on results. In our Smart Injury Doctors program, the main thing that I'm showing doctors how to do is standardly work up the spinal injury. The more you understand the spinal injury, the easier it is to get results with the patient that has it. From a patient point of view, we also have an internal building your internal referral machine as part of our program. What is that? Well, that's educating the patient to simply understand their own condition so they can explain it to others. So they can explain what makes you unique to others, right? So the better and the more simpler you can communicate, the better it is. But let's take now, you might have a question of, well, if I get great patient results, why would the attorneys want to send to me? Because you solve their problems. But you have to know what problems you're solving. You have to know what problems they have in the first place. I've spoken about it in other podcasts. You have to know what problems you're solving. But if you are a great provider at being able to get great results, you almost have a moral obligation, a duty to actually see as many people as you possibly can and to work with as many insurers or employers, if you're in the work comp side, or other medical specialists as you possibly can. Because you're what everyone should be working with in the market. And you're the doctor that when you come into our Smart Injury Doctors program, you come in and get help from somebody like me, you're easy. All we do is take a system and show you how to use a system to get predictable, expansion with predictable precision into the injury space. The injury space is the largest, spinal injury space is the largest space there is in all of healthcare. You do not have a clinic large enough to handle the patients once you understand this market. But you have to understand that part of it, if I'm an automotive repair center, and I can get automotive repair done first time, I can identify exactly what the problem is, fix it the way it's supposed to be fixed. Yes, I get paid well to do it, but I don't gouge the market to do it, because how I make my money is in volume. In volume. A lot of providers I'll speak with today are like, wow, well, how many patients you get in? I get 30 new patients a month in. Good. And how many injury patients? I get 2 new injury patients a month, something along that line. I say, okay, well, gosh, if you just had 5 new injury patients a month, it's probably going to generate the same amount of income as your 30 patients on your non-injury side. Okay, it could be it takes 6 or 7, depending on your numbers and where you are. But why wouldn't you want to attract that level of patient? And the other thing that's beautiful about this, if you can get results, is that you're working with people that basically don't have any financial out of pocket, right? You're not hurting them. You're not having them to have to dig deep into their finances. You're not having to have a financial consult where you say, well, $2,500 of your care is not paid by your insurance. You have to come up with that yourself. We have a care card. We have a plan. We have a payment plan. All that stuff that you do, and a lot of you do it very successfully. But on the injury side, you don't have any of that. You don't have any of that. But you need to specialize. If you really, really start to think about it, you need to specialize in reducing claim value. That's reducing the long-term benefit need of the patient. Patient comes in and they're in a wheelchair, and you get them out of the wheelchair. Trust me, you've seriously reduced their claim value. And that's where you want to be. That's why I'm proud of the Smart Injury Doctors program that I developed. Our whole mission is to get better results. My whole mission is to standardize the spinal injury workup, so they're done standardly, so that the treatment innovators that treatment innovate on these conditions can get better results. So you reduce the chronicity rates associated with this condition, because this condition produces the first, 4th, and 6th leading cause of chronic pain and disability in the market today. If you can get results, you should be some of the highest paid doctors in the market. If you get great patient physical recovery results, you're good for everyone. You're good for the plaintiff attorney. You're good for the defense attorney. You're good for the at-fault insurance. You're good for the person who had the person that was in the accident but wasn't at fault, their insurance. You're good for work comp insurance. You're good for employers. You're good for everyone in the market. And I know that sounds kind of bizarre, but that's what we promote. That's what I promote in our Smart Injury Doctors program. And our doctors understand that they're decreasing claim value, not increasing it. That's their job. That's their role. And they don't have any problem developing great attorney referral relationships or great medical doctor referral relationships because they understand their role and they understand what to do and what it is that makes them unique. So if you are tired of hearing people talk about, you should go out to attorneys with to speak to them about increasing their claim value. I mean, I do lots. I train doctors all across the country on attorney presentations, and we do not talk about claim value. How we're going to increase claim value in any presentation that I ever teach any doctor to do. So if that's something that you're interested in, and you're interested in finding more out about us, it's easy. You just go to smartinjurydoctors.com and you look us up, and you go. Call the number down below, 727-306-2267, and you set up an appointment with me. It could be a strategy session, a mini strategy session. They're free. They're 30 minutes. And you just call me. By the way, I won't answer that phone. My assistant will answer that phone, but you basically call, you set up a strategy session, 30 minutes. No, you don't have to buy anything. There's nothing to buy. Or if you want to know about our full program, you set up a discovery call with me. And you just let my executive assistant know that's what you want to do. Listen, doctors, on these podcasts, what these are designed to do is you listen to these when you're driving to work. Listen to these when you're working out. Feed your mind with positive ideas and understanding so that you can be more improved at your own ability in this particular market. That's what these podcasts are for. Just riff on a topic. I know what you do. I appreciate what you do probably as much or anybody in the country. I know how hard it is to do what you're doing, what you get hit with. So the more that you can focus on the things that are going to have much higher return of value to you, that's what I want to help you with. So that's what I do these for. Short little riff on a topic. Hope it helps you. And then I look forward to delivering more content to you on the next podcast.
You've been listening to the Smart Injury Doctors Podcast, the #1 audio production show for professionals in the U.S. injury market that want to deliver better injury services to the patients, clients, or insureds they serve. If you like what you heard today, please leave us a review and don't forget to join us on our next program.